1258. A stagnant pleasure like a pool that lets its rushes grow until they heedless tumble in and make the water slow, impeding navigation bright of shadows going down. Yet even this shall rouse itself when freshets come along. 1259. As old as woe. How old is that? Some 18,000 years. As old as bliss. How old is that? They are of equal years. Together chiefest they are found, but seldom side by side. From neither of them though he try, can human nature hide. 1260. Is heaven a physician? They say that he can heal. But medicine posthumous is unavailable. Is heaven an exchequer? They speak of what we owe. But that negotiation I'm not a party to. 1261. The lilac is an ancient shrub, but ancienter than that. The firmamental lilac upon the hill tonight. The sun subsiding on his course bequeaths this final plant to contemplation, not to touch the flower of Occident. Of one corolla is the west, the calyx is the earth, the capsule's burnished seeds the stars, the scientist of faith. His research has but just begun, above his synthesis, the flora unimpeachable to time's analysis. Eye hath not seen, may possibly be current with the blind, but let not revelation by thesis be detained. 1262. Until the desert knows that water grows, his sands suffice, but let him once suspect that Caspian fact, Sahara dies. Utmost is relative, have not or have adjacent sums, enough the first abode on the familiar road, galloped in dreams. 1263. Tell all the truth, but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies. Too bright for our infirm delight, the truth's superb surprise. As lightning to the children eased, with explanation kind, the truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. 1264. Like time's insidious wrinkle on a beloved face, we clutch the grace the tighter, though we resent the crease. The frost himself so comely dishevels every prime, asserting from his prism that none can punish him. 1265. Through what transports of patience I reached the stolid bliss, to breathe my blank without thee, attest me this and this. By that bleak exultation I won as near as this, thy privilege of dying, abbreviate me this. 1266. He preached upon breadth, till it argued him narrow. The broad are too broad to define, and of truth, until it proclaimed him a liar, the truth never flaunted a sign. Simplicity fled from his counterfeit presence, as gold the pyrites would shun. What confusion would cover the innocent Jesus to meet so enabled a man? 1267. Our own possessions, though our own, 'tis well to hoard anew, remembering the dimensions of possibility. 1268. A word dropped careless on a page may consecrate an eye, when folded in perpetual seam the wrinkled author lie. Infection in the sentence breeds, we may inhale despair at distances of centuries from the malaria. 1269. I thought that nature was enough, till human nature came, but that the other did absorb, as parallax a flame. Of human nature just aware, there added the divine, brief struggle for capacity, the power to contain, is always as the contents, but give a giant room, and you will lodge a giant, and not a smaller man. 1270. The show is not the show, but they that go, menagerie to me, my neighbor be, fair play, both went to see. 1271. So I pull my stockings off, wading in the water, for the disobedience sake, boy that lived for ought to, went to heaven, perhaps at death, and perhaps he didn't. Moses wasn't fairly used, Ananias wasn't. 1272. What we see, we know somewhat, be it but a little. What we don't, surmise we do, though it shows so fickle. I shall vote for lands with locks, granted I can pick 'em. Transport's doubtful dividend, patented by Adam. 1273. The past is such a curious creature, to look her in the face, a transport may recede us, or a disgrace. Unarmed if any meet her, I charge him fly, her faded ammunition might yet reply. 1274. Now I knew I lost her, not that she was gone, but remoteness travelled on her face and tongue. Alien though adjoining, as a foreign race, traversed she though pausing, latitudeless place. Elements unaltered, universe the same, but love's transmigration, somehow this had come. Henceforth to remember, nature took the day I had paid so much for, his is penury. Not who toils for freedom, or for family, but the restitution of idolatry. 1275. The sea said, come to the brook. The brook said, let me grow. The sea said, then you will be a sea. I want a brook, come now. The sea said, go to the sea. The sea said, I am he you cherished. Learned waters, wisdom is stale to me. 1276. I cannot see my soul, but know 'tis there, nor ever saw his house, nor furniture, who has invited me with him to dwell, but a confiding guest consult as well. What raiment honor him the most, that I be adequately dressed, for he ensures to none, lest men specificial adorn, procuring him perpetual dressed, by dating it a sudden feast. 1277. Was all the statement. The unpretension stuns, perhaps, the comprehension, they wore no lexicons. But lest our speculation in inanition die, because God took him mention, that was philology. 1278. So proud she was to die, it made us all ashamed, that what we cherished so unknown to her desire seemed. So satisfied to go where none of us should be, immediately that anguish stooped almost to jealousy. 1279. The things we thought that we should do, we other things have done, but those peculiar industries have never been begun. The lands we thought that we should seek, when large enough to run, by speculation ceded to speculation's sun. The heaven in which we hoped to pause when discipline was done, untenable to logic, but possibly the one. 1280. Who were the Father and the Son? We pondered when a child, and what they had to do with us, and when portentous told. With inference appalling, by distance fortified, we thought at least they are no worse than they have been described. Who are the Father and the Son, did we demand today, the Father and the Son himself would doubtless specify. But had they the felicity, when we desired to know, we better friends had been perhaps than time ensued to be. We start to learn that we believe, but once entirely. Belief it does not fit so well, when altered frequently. We blush that heaven, if we achieve event ineffable, we shall have shunned until ashamed to own the miracle.